Hey lemon squeezies, this ain't that a mother. I'm back with my 21 week update. Today I'm actually 22 weeks and 2 days. So like I said, I was probably going to start recording my videos on Sundays just because it's better for my schedule. So the children that I have are currently in bed, and Papa just left to go run my little sister to work real quick. So I figured I'd go ahead and record the video while I have, you know, pretty much the house to myself, I guess, so to speak. So this week the baby is the length of a carrot. So baby's definitely starting to get longer. And I also had a midwife appointment this week on Thursday. So everything went really well with that. It was really good to see her. Most of the time we just spent laughing and joking, and she was telling us how much she likes Smokey Robinson and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about getting her a nice CD or something, you know, before we leave the practice, just to let her know that we were thinking about her and that, you know, we're listening to the small details the same way that she's listening to ours. She measured my belly for the first time this week, and she said, you know, I was 22 weeks on Thursday, so she said I was measuring at 21. So she says I'm measuring a week behind, but that's completely normal, nothing to worry about. We also got to hear BLT's heartbeat. I'm looking over here, my notes are over here. And I also talked to her because I had a lot of cramping last week. I forgot to mention to you guys that I had like this huge gas bubble that was like on my right side, and it felt like it was like all the way up my back. It was really uncomfortable for me to lay on my side. And I had a lot of cramping with that too. And there was even an instance where I had went to go sneeze or cough. I can't remember which one it was. And everything in my stomach just completely tensed up. And she said it may have been a Braxton Hicks. I'm not sure because I've never had one before. This is my first child. But my whole stomach just completely tensed up. And it hurt so bad. And it just kind of stuck for a second. And then it went away. So I talked to her about that. And she basically asked me if I had been drinking enough water. And I told her that honestly I hadn't been drinking as much water as I usually do. And she said more than likely that's probably what the problem is. She said that lack of water in my system can cause my uterus to get really irritated. So she told me to definitely make sure that I start drinking more water. So as soon as we left the midwife appointment, we stopped and got 2 more cases of water. Because here in New Orleans, you do not drink the tap water. It's just something you don't do. So I've been drinking my water. I'd say on average, I've been trying to make sure that I drink at least between 3 to 6 bottles of water a day. But it's starting to catch up with me because like last night I was up, I'd say probably at least once an hour to pee, and I was so irritated. So just trying to find a good balance between the two. If you guys saw on Facebook, I was really excited that this week was not the week for my glucose testing. I know she had mentioned it to me at my last appointment, but I couldn't remember if she said it was going to be the next appointment or the one after. And then right after Valentine's Day, I ate probably about 3 boxes of chocolate for Valentine's Day. I probably ate at least 12 Valentine's Day cookies that I had baked with the daycare kids. I just had a lot of sugar. And I've been drinking like a lot of Kool-Aid and stuff. Like I used to not drink stuff like that because I wasn't really home to, you know, enough to make Kool-Aid. But I usually make it now for the kids, and then I catch myself having it with my snack or with my lunch. So I was really happy to find out that she said I had to be at least 24 weeks in order to do a glucose test. So my next appointment is on the 21st, and at that point I will be, I believe, 25 weeks. So she will do it then. And that gives me plenty of time to get my little sugar addiction under control. We also talked about my weight. I had started feeling like I was gaining too much weight. My legs were starting to look really chunky to me. And I just felt like I was gaining weight. So when we went in, I talked to her about it. I was like, you know, not saying that I have a problem or anything, but, you know, do you have any concerns about my weight? Am I gaining weight too fast? Do I need to slow down? What's going on? And she told me, she was like, you actually have only gained 5 pounds during your pregnancy. She said that I had lost some weight and then I gained it back. So I think she said the way it worked is that I had lost 3 and then gained 8. So technically I've only gained 5. So she's like, as far as your weight's concerned, I'm not even worried about it. She was like, you could probably actually start picking up more weight if you want to, because I'm in my 2nd already. And she's like, baby's going to need more food here soon. She's like, but if you don't feel like you need it, don't eat it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need for you to be trying to gain weight right now. So that was kind of reassuring to know that my body images were just a little off, and I'm sure that I'm probably just feeling bigger all over, period. My bra is heavier and my pants fit weird and my tummy is starting to get heavy, and it's just weird for me all the way around. So it was good to know that I'm not doing anything that I shouldn't be doing. Another thing that she talked to us about was what we were going to do as far as second parent adoption, or Papa having custody of the baby, just in the case that anything was to happen, that we were to break up or anything like that. What our plans were as far as co-parenting, if that did happen. And one thing I have to say is that she's a very sweet person. She really is genuinely concerned with us, and she really does like us. When she sees us, she's like, hey, how are my friends doing? She wants us to call her by her first name. She's a really sweet woman. We have her personal number where I can call her if I ever need her, things like that. But I guess I'm more of the outspoken one in the couple, obviously, because I'm the one with the YouTube channel. And Papa's a lot more like laid back and to herself and quiet. So when we first started going to see her, she would ask questions like directed at Papa, and I would catch myself answering for her or explaining further or something like that. It's really getting to the point where I'm learning to stay in my own lane, and when we go to see the midwife, allowing Papa to express herself and have her own connection with the midwife. I'm starting to realize that this just isn't about me having a baby. This is about us having a baby, and it's really important that her and my midwife have a connection and a relationship, and that she knows who she is, and I don't have to be the center of attention. So I did a lot of that this time, sitting back and just letting the two of them talk, and it was really sweet. And then I expressed to Papa how I felt, and she was like, I never felt like, she said she never felt like I was overbearing or anything like that, but I just think it's really sweet that she's going out of her way to build a relationship with her, because technically she's not even her patient, but the fact that she cares about how she feels and what's going on with her and her emotional state and stuff like that is one of the main reasons why I chose to be with a midwife, just to have someone who isn't just seeing me as a vagina. You know what I mean? She sees me as a person who has concerns and feelings and emotions and all that kind of stuff. So that's my little thing about that. As far as the second parent adoption and things like that, I told her that I did some research before getting pregnant, and in the state of Louisiana, it's basically on a case-to-case basis. So there's no real laws across the board for everyone. So it's definitely something that we're going to plan on looking into. I wish that the baby could have her last name, but we're going to see what can't be done about that. I'm going to start making some phone calls and doing some more research and seeing exactly what we can do to figure out that process. But I know usually you can't even take any steps in that direction until after the baby is already born. So, and she was like, look, if you guys, get to the hospital and Erica wants to put her name on the birth certificate, which is Papa, she's like, if she wants to put her name on the birth certificate, I'm not going to stop you. You know what I mean? It's up to them what they decide to do with it, but she's just a really sweet woman, and I love her. So that was my midwife appointment. As far as symptoms this week, they're starting to get better. I'm starting to have few. Like I said, I was really crampy this past week. The water that I've been drinking since talking to her on Thursday has helped a lot. Like I said, it does definitely make me go to the restroom a lot more, but it does help me with my cramping. I wrote down that I have more energy because I know in my last video I told you guys how I was sleeping a lot, to the point where I couldn't even get out of bed. When I took these notes, which would have been today's Sunday, Saturday, Friday, when I actually sat down and started writing down notes and getting things together for my video, I actually had energy. I got up at 7 o'clock that morning, and I went the whole entire day without a nap, and I felt amazing the entire day. By the time Saturday came, I was right back feeling exhausted again, right back in the bed sleeping. I had a little girl that left this morning at 7:30 a.m. and I got up and made myself something to eat. And by 9 o'clock, I was back asleep, and I slept probably at least until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's like I just get stuck like that. And something that I forgot to write down is when I take those naps, when I wake up, like sometimes I can get a little sweaty because I'm like cuddled under my blankets and I sleep really heavily. So when I'm out, I'm out. When I wake up though, I feel like I smell like milk, like I smell sweet. And that's something that's kind of new. So yeah, it says that I have more energy, but that's not true. It was just for that one day. I've been a crybaby lately. I've been crying about a lot of stuff. A lot of things have been making me cry, all the way from TV commercials to, you know, people finding their long lost parents on TV shows, and simple conversations about stuff that we're planning for the baby, like just ridiculous stuff. I've been really, really emotional this week, very weepy. And then I told you guys about the gas bubble that I had. Thank God that's finally gone, but that was horrible. It was all up my back. It was disgusting. It was horrible, and I don't really know what I can take. I'm sure there's something I can take, but I just haven't asked my doctor. And then if you guys are friends with me on Facebook, you guys know that the other day, Papa actually got to feel her first real kick, and it was a really special moment. I cried like a baby and scared BLT, so the baby wasn't really moving much after that. But it was really special to me because it made me feel like I wasn't so crazy after all. I know I've talked to you guys about that before, but it was just really sweet to me. And that's really pretty much it. Not really too much else is going on. What'd you say? Were you talking to me? Oh, no, she doesn't hear me. Pop just got home. Let me see. That's pretty much it about week 21. There was a couple of shout outs. Well, there was actually one shout out in particular that I forgot to give in my last video, and I felt like such a dodo bird afterwards. But my girl P Styles finally got her BFT, and I'm BFT. That's because I'm used to saying BLT. But she got her BFP, and I'm so extremely happy for her. I haven't really heard much from her since then, and I totally understand. But I can't wait for you to poke your head back out. I can't wait to see your first ultrasound and all that kind of stuff. I'm just so excited for her. And then Lakeisha TTC. Wow. That's all I can say about her. That overwhelmed me. Like the entire day, my mind was just like completely bonkers just thinking about it. She went in for her first ultrasound after getting her BFP, and they saw 5 heartbeats. That's crazy. Like, congratulations, but wow, like that's crazy to me. And then of course my girls Mel and Nessa are going to be in Simmons soon. I know their swim team just got in. They're really excited. I'm super excited for them. Cloman is a bitch, so just be careful with that, but things will definitely get better. And like I said, she will apologize, but it's probably going to be with some tears. But that's pretty much it. The laundry detergent tutorial is definitely coming. I'm definitely going to do that. Only thing is I still have like maybe 2 more loads worth of soap still left in one of my containers. So I kind of want to finish that off and rinse that container out and use that container in my video. So that should be coming here soon within the next couple of days. I'll try to get that. I'm going to try to get it out before my next update video, but we'll see. The way my schedule is, you'll never know. I think that is about it for real this time. I guess I'll go ahead and do my belly shot, and then we'll get out of here. So let's see. So here's our belly. Oh yeah, and my belly button is starting to get shallow too. There's my belly. It's definitely getting bigger. I haven't eaten dinner yet, but after I eat dinner tonight, it's going to look even bigger. This is kind of at a weird angle too. I've got my phone kicked up on my kickstand, so it's kind of on a weird angle. And then there's belly without a shirt. And that's pretty much it from me and Bill T. So you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. Take it easy, lemon squeezy.